So a new way to measure performance and identify top talent came together for us in one platform at a time that we needed to retain talent, at a time that we needed to reward and recognize our top performers. So Confirm HR found a new way to do this, and they called it organizational network analysis. Rather than managers providing ratings of performance, Confirm uses ONA, organizational network analysis, to identify top performers and those with broader impact on the organization. From looking at the nominations for who deserves a gold star, who has advised you, and who has energized you over the last 6 months, we were able to identify a list of our top 27 performers. These top 27, less than 15% of our population, were connected to 100% of our population. No longer were we relying on one manager to identify the one salesperson that blew out his or her quota and did so independently without help from other people. We were able to identify the customer success person who touched and helped close sales deals, the compliance person who was able to solve tough customer problems yet still provide expert advice, the product person who was able to work across the organization to learn from our customers, to learn from our compliance experts, and to build things into the product that helped close deals because customers wanted it. These 27 people were broadly distributed across every function, but the one thing they had in common was that they were identified most frequently by others as advising or energizing people or deserving the most gold stars. The impact of losing top performers is dramatically greater than losing an average employee. The cost of losing an average employee is 1 to 1.5 times their fully burdened salary. But the cost of losing a top performer can be 3 times or more of losing an average performer. Identifying top performers is critical. So we took that list and we engaged those 27 top performers with outsized rewards. These folks were given double-digit raises at the end of the performance cycle. They were given performance-based bonuses. We focused our financial compensation rewards on the 27 people who had the biggest impact on the organization. We also increased their equity participation. We refreshed their equity grants with 4-year vesting, which encouraged retention. People who had been performing were getting new stock in the company so they would stick around longer and continue to contribute cross-functionally and within their own role, while not just retaining them, but helping us retain other people. We also gave them leadership visibility. Each one of our 27 top performers was scheduled for a stay interview with one of our founders. It was 30 to 60 minutes where one of our founders would sit down with this organizationally network identified top performer and ask what was great about working at Thoropass. Ask what they loved about it, and ask them for feedback about what wasn't so great. What were we doing really well on his leadership, and what could we improve? They had a coffee. They sat down and had a really heart-to-heart conversation about why that person was important to the organization, and they listened to that top talent about what could be improved, and then we made changes. And the results very much speak for themselves. In the 12 months that followed, we lost 0 of our 27 top performers. And this was at the heart of the Great Resignation. When people were leaving jobs because they didn't feel comfortable, when they were leaving jobs because they didn't feel cared for, when people were leaving jobs when they didn't feel compensated, we lost none of our top performers. Maybe more startlingly, because these top performers were network influencers, because they were the people who were advising the most people and energizing the most people, our overall attrition rate in that same time period fell to less than 10%, meaning that with more than 200 people, we lost less than 20 people during the Great Resignation, and not one of them was a top performer. This was a tremendous boost to our company. We didn't lose any inertia. We retained all our top performers. We were able to blow out our goals. We 4x'd our revenue. We 4x'd our customer base. And at the same time, we more than halved our attrition.